Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be taking another look at Vechain to see what's been going on most recently with the price action of VET. Now as I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that, and I'd like to think that the whole entire Cheeky Crypto community do as well. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Right, let's jump right down into Vechain here and see what's been going on with the price action of VET. As you can see, we had a large ABC correction. This actually was completed on the 13th of March, about 10 o'clock at night, right? A little bit short of the 1-to-1 ratio of kind of what you would be expecting to see. We then obviously see an ABC come down here with a sharp move up, and then a move back down. This looks like a flat correction to me. Ultimately, there's a couple of different ways that we could have marked this up, right? So if I actually go ahead and delete this, we could have looked at it like this, right? An A wave up and a B wave down and a C wave coming higher, except the C wave actually was shorter than the A wave a little bit here. It didn't actually reach the correct threshold. You can see it's just below those wicks. And that is not really aligned to the wave counts. Therefore, it was an incorrect count. The way to look at this would be A, B, and C coming down, okay? B wave being just short of origin and C wave just lower than the A wave. That's a complete ABC move to the downside. This means that this move here is effectively either, you can count this a couple of different ways. It's not technically a 5-wave count. An ABC is exactly what fits best, so I will draw that up as an ABC. But if you had that drawn as 5, it's fine, but it's not technically 5 moves. It is just an ABC. Okay, cool. So this gets us up to date, right? So this means that we are actually tracking up, which is good, right? So Vechain here is moving up, and we obviously have a high point, and we're starting to see a bit of a B wave drop, right? So here we actually have, if I take the high point down to the low point, the measurement of that entire A wave. If we transpose that over to the low point that we've had at the moment, this is then telling us that we're probably going to have a push towards 4.6 cent. Now, 4.6 cent would put us in a double top here, and then it'll signal us going back down. Okay, so if this was to complete up, it would be an A wave there, a B wave down, and then a C wave up to the 4.6 cent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a horizontal ray, and I'm going to draw that right on that C wave high there, and then delete the fib. Okay, so that there is our resistance line. And you can see, if I actually just remove these out of the way, you can see how these two wicks created a double top here that signaled this ABC move down. And ultimately, this might be an area that we revisit here for Vechain, okay? And the stochastic RSI on this hourly chart, they are, reasonably, has moved up reasonably well. Then that would actually indicate that we are likely to kind of find this top here at 4.6 and then get the reversal. So we're probably going to be tracking A, B, and C to the downside after we hit that top, effectively creating this kind of triple tap or a triple top bearish signal that should then be taking us down deeper. Okay. Now we obviously did have the 4.3 cent on the horizon here. We obviously fell short of it here at 4.40. So it is possible that we actually revisit that and still come back down into this lower range. It all depends on the momentum behind the price here, okay? So on this hourly chart, the smaller time frame for Vechain, we should be looking at a move up, 4.6, and then we'll have to measure to see what's going on to the downside. As I said, that hourly stochastic RSI is heading up to the overbought area, so we should be thinking about a pullback afterwards. Now, as we come up to the larger time frame, we can see that the 4-hourly chart, it's mid-ray, right? It could move up, and that would be fine, but it could also move down. It's not really telling us too much about the price momentum. It's just kind of stationary in the middle here. Now, the last time we were in this range, we did actually go down, okay? So I think there's a probability that this 4-hourly stochastic RSI is going to get a correction as we start to think about a corrective consolidation just here on the chart, okay? Anywhere between 4.6 and 4.3 seems to be the area of consolidation at the moment. As we go up into the next level, the 8-hourly chart, the same story with that stochastic RSI. It's right there in the middle, right? So again, we're moving from the overbought, we've moved down just barely to the oversold when we've moved back up again. this could potentially bring us down into those lower ranges. As I said, 4.3 cent right there, and before we start thinking about longer term moves to the upside. So again, pretty much just the same as the 4-hourly chart. They are indicating that this area of consolidation is likely to stick around for a bit longer, and we are not likely to see any major moves, probably within the next week or so, not until these are resolved. Now, the daily chart, this is actually in a really good spot, right? We're actually in the oversold area. So correcting the 4-hourly chart and correcting the 8-hourly chart would actually put us firmly in the oversold area for our daily. Now, when we actually take a look at the structure here for our daily chart, we obviously have that low point coming in at 3.9. Okay, we have a clear move to the upside. This actually is, I don't think it's impulsive. I think it's just an ABC, but we'll check it just to make sure. So we would have come to about here. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, an ABC move. So nothing special about that. That's A, B, and C. And we are tracking potentially that ABC to the downside, right? So we obviously have those lower targets also set down here as well, right? So again, we could be talking about moving down into those lower ranges still for Vechain. And it's possible, and I will kind of just put this out there, it's possible that we also get the double bottom down here at 3.9. And again, that would be the bull signal that then takes us higher, right? But obviously, I think to pull back that stochastic RSI, it is a little too low to allow that to happen. We start thinking about what's possible. Yeah, we were oversold. I guess we were oversold here. So we could potentially see it if the momentum is behind the price to do it. And that would be a fantastic accumulation point. We saw from the last time we hit this support level, 46% push on the price. So if that were to happen on the larger time frame, then we pull down, create a double bottom, and then soar up quite nicely. I wouldn't expect that to be the case, but I'm expecting this to be more of a B wave low and then a C wave going higher, in the same way that it's kind of following Bitcoin's direction right now. It's possible for Bitcoin to go down, but I don't necessarily think it's probable. In the same scenario here for Vechain, it's possible to go down, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily probable. Okay, so obviously you have those targets kind of set down here. We obviously had 3.9 cents scoped, and of course 3.5, which I don't think is probable either, but it is there still until proven otherwise. On the weekly chart, we're heavily oversold, right? And this is not going to last for too much longer. And we can already take a look at what's happened before with these prolonged areas of oversold status on Vechain. We've seen a significant amount of period of being oversold for several weeks, and then you get that huge push to the upside. And you can also take a look at the low points down here for several weeks, a good couple of months in the low areas of June, July, and before we went into August, where we've got a fantastic run to the upside. Being as oversold as we are on the weekly chart right now for Vechain, and for the amount of time that we've been oversold with Vechain, this is actually gearing up for a pretty big move, in my opinion, to the upside. As we are following Elliott wave here, we can also acknowledge that this is an ABC move up, not technically impulsive, but is following the impulsive move of Bitcoin, that we could potentially see a really good surge upwards here for Vechain. And the trend-based fib was indicating a $1.20, but we want to be a little bit more conservative about that and think about those selling points on the way up and dollar cost averaging out in the same way that we dollar cost average in. So right now, an ABC coming to completion would be 3.5. There's no need to necessarily go that though, and if we were, I think it would be a wick, just like we'd seen previously, hit the technical low point, and then bam, we're going to be pushing up in a really big way. I think the entire crypto market will be waking up as well as that kind of move with Bitcoin happens. And Vechain will be following the same move. So ABC corrective move looks to be completing, and then we'll look to be going up quite significantly. So as we say, dollar cost averaging, at the right times, this seems like a pretty good time to be dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. But that is all it is. You make sure you do your own research and all of that kind of good stuff. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot offer you financial advice. But things that we've done personally in the past here is me and Chris, we dollar cost averaged wave 2. We've kind of been dollar cost averaging wave 4 here, only in this last little section though, as those values still seem high to us after buying at such significantly low value down here when it was all less than 1 cent. But ultimately, the bear market is where the real gains are made. And with that being said, though, this is a fantastic opportunity to ride the last little part of this bull run on the next ABC move upwards, I should say, because it should be quite significant with a bit of a reversal on this weekly chart. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be New to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.